Hello, everybody. Welcome to A Study in Celluloid. I'm Spencer Henderson, here to talk to you today about Deadpool, directed by Tim Miller. Deadpool tells the story of Wade Wilson, who is an ex-Special Forces operative turned mercenary who discovers that he has cancer. And so he undergoes experimental tests, if you will, and becomes Deadpool, who is basically an indestructible human being. At a certain point in the movie, without it giving away any sort of spoilers, he decides he has to exact revenge upon people who have wronged him. When I first saw the trailer for Deadpool, I was pretty nervous. I thought to myself, Ryan Reynolds has already failed at playing Deadpool. Why are we having this guy back? Taking the script and all that of X-Men Origins aside, I didn't think Ryan Reynolds had it in him to play this character. I was wrong. Let me start off by saying that Ryan Reynolds is excellent as Deadpool. He blew me away in this movie. I thought he was fantastic in this role. He was so funny in this movie. And as for the movie, same deal. Blown away, thought it was great, really enjoyed it. Not perfect. There's lots of people who are kind of coming out and saying, man, this is one of the best superhero movies ever made, and a little bit hyperbolic. It's a great movie. It's a lot of fun and so funny, but it's not one of the best superhero movies ever. And let me explain why, in my opinion. If you go to the movie and think that it is one of the best superhero movies ever, I'm very happy. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and you very well might. Lots of people are thinking that. Let me put in my 2 cents real quick. Some points in this movie, the humor doesn't connect, at least with me. It's not that I don't have a sense of humor, it's just I think there are moments in this movie where the humor falls a little bit flat. Sometimes the movie, I feel like, thinks it's more clever than it actually is. That's not to say it's not hilarious. This movie, as I already mentioned, is hilarious. It is so funny. The problem is that it has maybe 3 jokes per minute, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a lot to keep up with. And there were points in this movie where my audience was laughing so hard at the last joke that I didn't even hear the next one. So it's a very quick-witted movie, just like the character of Deadpool is. But like I said, at moments, there's lots of times where Deadpool breaks the fourth wall, even to the point where at a point in the movie, he breaks the fourth wall within him breaking the fourth wall, which sounds crazy, but you'll get it when you watch the movie if you do watch it. I kind of felt like it felt like it was patting itself on the back, which you could argue that that's the point. But I just didn't think that some scenes or some moments were as funny as the movie kind of thought that it was. One thing I really admired about this movie, and I really admire when movies are able to get this right, is that they're able to incorporate comedy into an action scene. That's really impressive when movies are able to pull that off well, and this movie does it throughout the entire movie. There are so many hilarious moments within these action scenes. I felt like it was very respectful to who this character is. I should mention I don't know much about Deadpool, but I thought that for the character it worked perfectly. And as I already stated, Ryan Reynolds, fantastic as Deadpool. Even though he failed at playing basically every other comic book hero in every other comic book movie he's been in, they got it right this time. There are great scenes in this movie. I would highly recommend this if you're into superhero movies and fine with a little bit of profane humor within your superhero stories. It definitely poked a lot of fun at the superhero genre, which I thought was awesome. The superhero genre is getting a little bit tired in its old age, and Deadpool kind of was, the shot of adrenaline that maybe it even needed. Very excited to see where this franchise goes. I'd give Deadpool an 8 out of 10. It was very entertaining, very fun movie. I plan on seeing it again to try to catch some more of those jokes. Definitely check it out if you have any sort of interest in it whatsoever. Coming to you from Colorado, I'm Spencer Henderson, and this is A Study in Celluloid.